YouTube, what's up, what's happening? Here I am bringing you another video and just bringing you the last review of the SAGOLA products. And this is kind of their flagship line of airbrushes, which is the XTech line. And I asked them for the XTech 500. Again, this company contacted me. They requested me to look at a couple of their products, and they didn't really ask for reviews, but you know, I think these are good products to let you guys know about. You know, not everybody lives in the U.S. and has access to the same stuff, or even if you live in the U.S., you know, maybe you just want something different. So, yeah, this is the XTech 500. They have them in two different models, 0.3 millimeter and 0.5 millimeter needles. And as you can see, it comes in a nice package, and it comes with a bottle, a tool, and a nice coupling to make your own line. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with your own air hose, with its own air hose or anything, but they do sell accessories for these. And if you're like me, if you've used Iwata a lot, your Iwata hoses will actually fit directly on here, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, let's just unbox it and we'll take a closer look. So as you can see, the XTech 500 is a dual action airbrush. Comes with a nice cover, you know, in the box for its tip. It does have a removable end tip, so you're able to clean off the needle. This front tip right here comes right off, so you're able to clean the dry tip right off. You know, that's my, you know, biggest pet peeve. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, at least, is being able to take this piece off right here, which now I'm having troubles getting it off. But that front piece comes off. And there's a lot of features to this airbrush that, you know, other airbrushes really don't have. If I was directly to compare this to something, it features, it looks, it acts, it works just like an Iwata HP BCS. There is so many similarities between this airbrush and that one. But this one features just a few extra things. For one, it has an end point adjustment, so this end screw here, you can actually adjust this so that you can control how far back your needle is going, which is great for when you're working with fine paints, or you know, just don't want to have that full control and you want to make sure you stay within a certain range. That works really great. It has a great clean out tips. The trigger action is very smooth and very good. And all the internals seem to be very plated and made out of heavy duty metal, so it's not frail in any way, and it's actually kind of heavy. It's heavier than my BCS by a few grams, I would say. It does have this extra piece right here, and that piece actually works great for me, for my finger to rest on there, which I thought it was kind of gonna get in the way, but actually after using it, it provides just enough comfort for me to be, you know, using it for extended periods of time without a problem. But yeah, as you can see, you get your airbrush, you get a small key, you get an adapter to make your own hose. It does not come with its own hose, and you get a small bottle to start off, and you get an instruction manual. And again, this does come in 0.3 and 0.5 millimeters, and that's pretty much the airbrush in itself. And if you know me, I like to put things through the tests before I give you guys what I think about it. So go ahead and enjoy this quick little montage that I threw together of the previous work that I've done with this gun, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. Alright guys, so for as you can see here, I have the three most used airbrush by me. So these are the ones I've, probably from now on will be using for pretty much everything until I get more or whatever. But these are pretty much my favorites. Now what I've done here, and I've put them from my most favorite to my least favorite, but again, these are still my three favorites. I've tried tons of airbrushes, lots and lots. I have other ones sitting over there, but these are my favorite right here. So let me run you down what I think and what's going on here. This one here is the Badger Anthem 155. It's a great airbrush. I love this airbrush. It works really good. There's only a few differences between this and this that really make this one just a slightly not as good. One would be the finish. For some reason, the finish on this, I don't know if you could really tell in the videos, but it's not as bright as these. It's kind of yellowed out, and it's just not the same as these over here. This one kind of has a yellow tint to it. I don't know if there's a reason for that. There might be a good reason. I'm not sure. It just doesn't look as good as these other ones. The other reason this one doesn't rank as high as this one is the strength of the material of the needle and of the cones. They're pretty good so long as you don't mess with them. If you don't adjust your needle too much and stuff like that, they actually work pretty fine. And I love these airbrushes. Like I said, they are one of my favorites, and I love this airbrush. But just again, the material of the needle and the cones is just a little bit soft. So it's really easy to bend them and stuff like that. But as long as you're careful with them, which, I mean, most of the time there's no reason to adjust your needle and stuff if you're working with clean paint and all that. So, it's just something to keep in mind. It's just easy to break. Then I have my HP BCS here. This is one, obviously you can tell I've had this one for about 8 years. And up until I got this one, this is my favorite airbrush, right? I've worked with this airbrush for a long time. And again, this is, easy to clean, easy to work with, parts are easy to find, and it works really great, right? I really can't take anything away from this airbrush. The only thing wrong with this airbrush is it doesn't have some of the features of this airbrush. Again, this one has the easy clean outs, it has the end point adjustment, it has this nice tip. Now this one does come with a tip when you first buy it, but the tip is not like this. And as you see, this one has these openings here, which is really good for when you're working really fine detail. It works good to cut the turbulence and stuff down. And it also has these nice clean outs at the bottom here. But the main thing that I like more about this one is, if you could tell here, this spout at the bottom is angled on this one and not on the BCS. And this one also has this extension part here. That's not present on the BCS. So that makes this one more comfortable. Again, they are pretty much identical on the inside, the interiors, the materials used. I mean, these needles are just as rigid as these. I don't remember what Iwata uses for their needles, but it's like some kind of special metal. This one is, I don't know if it's the same, but it's just as good. It's really strong. It's definitely a lot stronger than this, because this one you could bend it just, easily with your hands, and you could put a crease in these dents and in these needles. You could put a nice dent in it real easy. These ones not so much, and I don't know why that is. I don't know what differences in the metals, but these ones are just more durable. Again, the design of these is superb. So that's pretty much what I think of this. It's like in a BCS, it's an upgraded version. And from my perspective would be that I like the SAGOLA one a lot more than these at this point. These are about the same. Again, this one's just more of a durability issue, but these here are about the same durability wise, but because of those extra features, because of the comfort and how well it sprays, this SAGOLA one, it's actually pretty good. Again, I'm only comparing these because they're in the same price range, You know, all three of these are pretty much in the same price range. I know you can buy Iwatas that have some of the same features as this one, but then you'll be looking at maybe twice or maybe, you know, 1.5 times as much as this. You know, not really taking anything away from this, because for the price, this is like really, really good. I believe the price is about 150 US dollars, you know, or your regionally equivalent. And this is, you know, again, if you see my Instagram, if you follow me on there, it's one of the nicest airbrushes I've ever known. The craftsmanship on this is actually really high quality. The parts fit together really good, and you know, the Iwata is the same, and the Badger it does its job, and it's built pretty good. It's just, for some reason, this one is just not as good as these. It atomizes paint pretty good. It does it all pretty good, but the durability is not the same, and you know, it's not built the same as these. But it's still very good. If you have one of these, I would totally use it. You could paint anything with this one that you can with these. You know, it's not going to stop you. But again, the extra features, the endpoint, the clean outs, it makes it really easy to work on this one and keep it maintained and keep it, you know, good. And the extra comfort provided by this angled siphon here, it's enough to put it over the edge, over the BCS. And that's just, you know, being honest. They work the same. All three of these work about the same. They all atomize paint about the same. They all, you know, but if it comes down to which one is the best, it's 1, 2, 3. And that's just me. Again, these are the artworks I've painted with them. They work really good. The SAGOLA airbrushes work really good. I've been using the 0.3 and the 0.5. They sent me both models. And, you know, I just can't say anything bad about these. So really, all in all, the SAGOLA brand, from what I've seen from the products that they've sent me, it seems to be a really high quality brand. It doesn't seem like they take themselves very lightly. It seems like they pride themselves in these very much, and I could tell they did, because they sent these out, you know, knowing full and well that I was going to just speak my mind on them. But they said, that's fine, we have confidence. They sent them out, and you know what? They're right, because I can't really even say anything bad about this, just like I couldn't say anything bad about the compressor, and it blew me away. You know, the compressor blew me away with how well it worked. This one works just as good as this, but you know, those minor tweaks to the design makes this one just a little bit superior. So yeah, I know this is not another how to airbrush video, but again, we're just bringing you some good looks at some of the equipment here that some of us use, and especially me. So yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. It helps me out either way. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.